Hi everyone, I'm coming to you from my bedroom floor because this is the only place that I can get some quiet without the noise of a ray gun or someone asking for a peanut butter sandwich and then they'll be recording a video will take place. So, true story, that's just what happened the past couple times I tried to record this quick. It's been a little while, but this is me kind of back to my normal self, climbing out of the chemo hole, as I like to call it, for round two. So, um, just to kind of recap things for those of you following to see how I'm feeling and everything, I know you're asking. Um, I'm starting to feel like myself again. And I commented to Tim yesterday, the pattern seems to be the same from in round two as it was in round one, where in 3 week time span, half the time, about 1.5 weeks is when I'm not really feeling myself for various reasons or combinations of reasons. And then about halfway through, those side effects start to dwindle away and I'm feeling more and more like myself. The biggest one that dwindles at about 1.5 weeks is the fatigue. And that's just life changing when it goes away because it just sounds so ridiculous to say the number one side effect from my chemo that I can't stand is the fatigue. Because if someone would have told me that before, I would have been like, okay, so you're tired. So you still do your normal thing where you're just tired and maybe have a cup of coffee or rest. And that's just, I can't really explain it. It's just not the case. I mean, you're not just tired, you're run down. And even the thought of doing things makes you tired. So when that goes away and that lifts, everything else that you're left to deal with seems so much smaller. So for those of you who are watching who are curious as to what the chemo side effects are like, or maybe you're going to go through this yourself or a loved one or something, I'll kind of give you a rundown of where I'm at now and how round two has been. So, it started out with a bang with that fever and the fatigue, of course. And one thing I noticed different from round two to round one is my side effects have been the same, but just slightly amplified. So, sorry, I got now a dog sniffing his nose underneath my bedroom door. Try to make this quick. The fatigue was that much more worse. The I started getting nosebleeds right around that nadir period, which I had last time. But yesterday, it was kind of like a crime scene in my bathroom, and it was just I could watch it just drip, drip, drip. I blew my nose in the morning, and that started off the whole thing. So I've never had nosebleeds my whole life, so that's a weird thing to deal with. And I'm just gonna chalk that up to my platelet counts being lower and my nasal passages are dry. Every night before I go to bed, I take a Q-tip with vitamin E and I swab it inside both of them so that it doesn't hurt so bad and it's not so dry. And Tim was watching me do it last night, and I was like, it's the only thing for you, watching your wife stick a Q-tip of vitamin E up your nose, and he's like, no, that's not doing anything for me. So, really glamorous, I know, but whatever it takes to survive. So, the nosebleeds, just that much worse this time. The fatigue was that much worse. The GI issues, I realized I have to carry Imodium and Rolaids or Tums with me at all times because the heartburn and the just indigestion, sour stomach, and diarrhea at any given moment is just a daily occurrence now. And I mean, so okay, I can deal with that. I could take Imodium or whatever. But the hard part is like when you're out in public, like I was in the hospital for a few hours the other day waiting in between my ultrasound and my biopsy. And I had to, you give up some, if you have any issues going to the bathroom in a public bathroom, that goes right out the window because you have to go. You have to make yourself feel better, and it's just not an option. So I found myself sitting there realizing, wow, I am in a hospital lobby bathroom right now, spending more time than I want to. People were coming and going, and this is just how it is. It happened at the mall the other day. I mean, for people who suffer from, this not as a chemo issue, but gastrointestinal issues, I mean, I really feel for you, especially those who it's a fact of their life. Hopefully for me, when chemo's done, this will go away. But, there's people out here who this is their reality every day, and that's sad. And I feel for you now. So that was just amplified that much more this time. The nosebleeds, the dry mouth, that's still one of the lingering things right now as of this moment. Just like a nagging, annoying thing, but nothing that stops you from your daily business. But the eating, the satisfaction you get from eating foods and them not tasting right, not feeling right in your mouth, and just not seeming appealing during the side effect chemo fallout period is also a bummer. So there was one day for dinner where I just had a smoothie for dinner, and even that tasted gross. And I kind of forced myself to drink half of it, but I just know that in those bad days, the next day I wake up and it's just completely different. I felt okay that next day as far as um, worrying about what would give me heartburn or taste bad. So it's just a day by day thing, and remind yourself that eventually you get over that hump, you climb out of the chemo hole, and you're back to your normal self until the next round, until next round 3 for me. So that's how we're going, or that's how things are going now. That's how I'm doing. I'm feeling okay. My birthday was on Wednesday, and I took the kids to the mall because it was rainy, and met my mom for lunch, and that was nice. And then today I'm going out for lunch again with my mother-in-law, sister-in-law, and the kids. And then tonight I'm getting dinner with my family. So should be a fun day. It's a beautiful day outside. I'm just gonna enjoy it for what it is, and that's that. So keeping you all updated, letting you know what's going on. Thanks for your prayers, of course, as always. Thanks for your wishes, and I'll talk to everybody soon. All right, back to the kids, back to the dogs, back to reality. Bye.